What's going on, guys? My name is Mateos, and today I'm going to be showing you how to replace a fuel dampener or a fuel regulator in a M113K engine. Now, this will be the same process along any M113K. That includes the G55, like behind me, S55, SL55, and CL55. Basically, anything that is M113K powered. So this is going to be very simple. All you're going to need is a throttle body gasket because you're going to have to remove the throttle body in order to remove it. Here is the part number for that. In order to remove the throttle body, you're going to need a T30 Torx bit. And obviously, you're going to need your fuel pressure dampener or regulator. Here is the part number for that as well. And I would highly recommend getting some shop towels because when you remove this, a bunch of fuel is going to come out. And also, we do have a fuel pressure tester right here to test the fuel pressure at the end. Now, I went ahead and put a little protector piece over here so we don't scratch up the front bumper. But the first part of accessing the fuel dampener or regulator is removing this cover and these tubes. Now, this cover is held in there just by little clips, and this comes out very easily. And you can just take this and put it to the side somewhere. Same thing with these tubes. These tubes just come off. Just pull them out. Sometimes they do get a little stuck. And just put them somewhere safer now. Now the next part is the air box. This is just held in there by little clips. So you can just pull up and they come off. And you do have a breather hose right here on the driver's side. So you're gonna have to disconnect that. It is connected to the valve cover and it just pops right out. Normally on these air boxes, you'll have a clip here, but this one is broken. They normally break due to the heat and age. There's one on the top and the one on the bottom. You would just lift it slightly and pull it off. But since we don't have to worry about that, it comes right out. And just make sure nothing falls into the throttle body. Just inspect it real quick. Make sure that there's no debris in there. There are 4 Torx picks here, like I said, T30s, and there's a metal clamp there that helps hold the breather hose in. That comes off with these screws as well. So once you got the throttle body off, there is the fuel pressure dampener. These normally do leak over time or they just go bad. Now there is a little bit of a ring here that you can just pull out. You'll need a pick to get that out. And I would recommend having a little shop towel under there to help with catching the fuel because there will be fuel leaking out. Now once you put it in, it should look like this on the alignment tab. Make sure it's fully seated in there. And then you can start with the reassembly process. This is the throttle body side where you want to put the gasket. Make sure you have the gasket and then the sandwiches in between here. So as you can see, it is clean in there. Make sure that there's no debris in there once you take the rag out. It could fall into the supercharger. And if you take this rag out, you can see it goes right into the bypass valve in here. So it would not be a good thing if anything fell down there. Just ensure that everything is clean in there and nothing falls when you're putting back your throttle body. Now after you got everything back together, what I recommend doing is either getting somebody and watching the regulator to see if it leaks or not, or if you're by yourself like I am, you can get a fuel pressure tester, and it's also a good way to see how strong your fuel pumps are running. But I would prime the key a few times and you can see if it's leaking, if the pressure will go down. If it's staying steady after a few minutes, you can see that it is not leaking and you should be good to go.